Hello, hello, hello. This is Raven, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I am going to be talking about a movie that you can find on Netflix. This movie is called Forget Me Not, and it's an interesting little flick about a girl named Sandy whose friends are stalked by a ghost. Trigger warnings for this movie include gore. There are a couple scenes like of hand mutilation. There's, some death scenes that are a little bit graphic. Drowning is one of them. Suicide, possible suicide, is one of them. There is some sexual content as well. A couple of the characters, most of the characters have sex at some point during the movie. There's some stuff about cheating and, just general teenage drama. The ghosts also rely heavily on body horror and things moving in ways that they shouldn't. So if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, if you don't like mouths being way too far agape, or limbs twitching, heads twitching, just if you have problems with things moving or looking unnatural, you might want to skip this one because there are a lot of scenes of that. Another major trigger warning is the idea of people forgetting that you exist. So, my viewers out there with problems with unreality or problems with depersonalization, that kind of thing, might want to steer clear of this one too, because there is a lot of people forgetting that other people exist. Not in the way of being self-absorbed, but literally forgetting that people exist. There are multiple cases of people completely disappearing off the face of the earth in this movie, and nobody remembering that they ever existed in the first place. So just be careful. If you think that any of these triggers might affect you, you probably should not watch this movie. It's a pretty simple premise. They're stalked by a ghost and they start disappearing, leaving, Sandy left to try to defeat the evil ghost. It's not a great movie. I'll just put it that way. It's pretty simple. The kills aren't that imaginative. You can kind of see them coming. You can see most of the scares coming. It's pretty predictable, but they do fake you out a couple times, which is interesting. They don't just completely go for the predictable parts. I like the effects of the ghost. Ghosts, plural. You'll see what I mean. It's only about an hour and 40 minutes long with credits, so without credits it's about an hour and a half of movie, give or take. And it's not a bad sit. I mean, if you're looking for something spooky maybe to watch with a group of friends, it's entertaining. Nothing special, but if you're bored or you just want something to watch and you don't want to think too hard, pay too strict attention to what's going on, or, if you just want to see some teenagers get bumped off by some spooky-looking creatures, I mean, it's not bad. It's not awesome, but it's pretty good. But it's okay for what it is. The characters are pretty likable. At least the main character is. Some of the other characters are kind of scumbags, but again, it's not bad. If you're just looking for a nice little monster movie, ghost movie, you could do a lot worse. And I do recommend that people check it out if they have, some time on their hands and they just want something to entertain them. So this was the first edition of hopefully a series wherein I talk about movies you can find on Netflix that are perhaps more underground or indie or just less popular. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the dark side of the moon.